You're watching JD's Variety Channel.
Good afternoon. I am on the road, as I'm sure you can tell, and here's the scoop. I am heading to a small town that only has a population of about 550 people as of today. It is actually an old railroad town, apparently that was established around the 1880s. And I found one of the original schools there that is on public property that I can hunt. So I'm hopeful that because it's such a small town that it's possibly been overlooked over the years. I'm at least hoping anyway. I'm actually going to be doing almost more driving than metal detecting today, now that the days are shorter. I just wanted to get out around the holidays. It's a great time to go out and metal detect. If you're not in the main arteries, there's a lot less traffic. The kids are out of school, and it's a good time to scout public property. So this video is very close to where I filmed my video on the big estate sale, which was pretty much the inception of the JD's Big Adventure series that I did about 8 episodes for. I know I haven't done one in a little while. There'll be more coming. So yeah, it's gonna take me quite a while to drive out here, and then I'll probably have, if it's a good spot, I'll have about 5 hours to detect before dark. But if it's not good, I actually got another place lined up too. So major scouting day, but did the research, so very hopeful. I'll be there in about an hour and a half from now, maybe a little bit sooner. I've been on the road for a while, so I'll let you guys go, and I'll turn the camera back on when we're hole digging.
Good grief, I just found a huge old battery. That has been down there for quite a long time. Well, we'll dispose of that. Okay, filming's going to be a little bit tricky today because it is really windy out in this field and I don't have a windsock for my camera. I was getting a little bit discouraged because it seems the field that I'm in, there used to be some sort of structure here, or they did something and they just raised it, and it's all like a thick, heavy packed red clay and there's just trash all through it. But I found a section of this field where it's actual real dirt, and how fitting. The first good target I got since I've been here, and I just got done talking about this being a railroad town, and it's an old penny that somebody had put on the tracks and flattened. I'll have to clean it up a little bit, see if I can see any detail on it. I'm pretty sure it's going to be a wheat penny. Hey, but you never know, it could be an Indian. It actually doesn't have the right color for an Indian, probably an old wheat penny. But yeah, it's an old penny that somebody smashed on the tracks. That is awesome. Okay, so I found my first coin, and it is a 1998 dime. Not quite as old as we're looking for, but hey, it's a coin, so that's a sign that there's some stuff here. And I am already finding some old style pull tabs. So heading in the right direction, let's keep on the search. So I dug this big target. I thought it was going to be aluminum scrap. There's some sort of design on it. This is weird. It's definitely just aluminum. Huh. That's really interesting. I have no idea what this is. Maybe it goes this way. I don't know, I'll have to clean that up later. That is really weird. Okay, looks like we're getting into the old stuff. Just found a wheat penny. Nice. Seems like there's some targets down in this bottom section around where some old houses are. So this is where I'm hunting. And I don't mind letting everyone know because I don't have any intentions of coming back here. But this place is really frozen in time. Even a lot of the playground equipment, man, seems like it's at least like 30 years old. They just haven't updated a lot of it. There's a lot of newer stuff mixed in though. And but check this out. The old archway that you can no longer go through. It's fenced off, but I'm sure you can read that backward. This was a college back in the 1880s, and I'm not sure exactly when this school was built in place of it, but I know it's on topographical maps from 1951. And look at the size of that tree. It's slowly dying. It's starting to rot out around the other side a little bit. You can tell it's had a lot of work done to it. It's amazing. And there's just so much stuff in the ground. Makes you wonder what was here, exactly how it was in the 1880s. Like an old path leading up this way. I'm not sure what this was, but this is obviously newer. It's just weird. It's like a little place, they must do plays here or something. Like a little stage. And breaker box. There's been too much groundwork done here. I'm sure I'm sure quite a few people have probably metal detected here in the past, just for the fact of, for those who had researched the history of this college. But I'm finding a lot of modern quarters up here, so I don't think anybody's checked around here in a while. But all the old stuff I found was in back, which I'll show here shortly. Check out how old this plaything is. Toyland Express. Alright, well, there's some sidewalk strips going around the edge. I'm thinking may not have been disturbed too much, or maybe people haven't looked there before. So I'm going to give that a shot, and then I'm going to poke around the backfield and behind the school. There you go, right there. Doyle College, 1884 to 1924. And we're going to look around this sidewalk strip leading up by that big tree there, see if there's anything old down in here. This place is a garbage pit, though. I can't believe how much modern trash is in here. I couldn't even begin to tell you how much garbage is in this sidewalk strip. The school's a mess, but it's got a nice deep low tone that I decided to dig. I'm trying to find stuff that's deeper, and I found an old button. That's pretty cool. Maybe I can find an old coin down here. When I first saw the edge of that in the hole, I thought it might be an old nickel, because that's the way it rang up. I was hoping for a buffalo, but hey, we'll take that old button. So here's the field in behind the school. Some really old houses around it, especially that one. But I was back here, I was like, what's going on? I found one of these letters. I was like, what on earth does that mean? N. And I started down there, and there's an E, S, and W. Let's zoom in on one of them. Yeah, so north, south, east, and west. They have it marked, and the W's in the side of the school. It's weird. But when I'd found the E, I didn't see the other ones yet. It took me a few minutes, and I was like, what does the E mean? And now I know. So I'm glad I figured that out. Okay, so over on this side here, we can see where it's flat. It's like gravel, well not gravel, like rocks. Like big rocks and clay just packed down so hard you can't even dig. So there definitely was a structure there. And over here, along that fence lines, there's so many targets it drives you nuts. Like the detector just shatters. I think they took all kinds of debris and just pushed it over the hillside there. There's a piece of a sidewalk over there. The only place I've been able to find the old stuff is this kind of strip coming right down the center here. There's actually rich dark soil here, so there's a small area that hasn't been disturbed, and everything else has just been all modern garbage close to the surface. And, you know, I'm finding some interesting odd bits. I found that wheat penny in that weird big aluminum thing over here earlier. And right here, I just dug a thunky signal. And I don't know what this is, but you can see there also, it has a design on it. So, I mean, there's like probably all sorts of pieces of the building in here and who knows what. But I'll have to clean that up later. I'm looking for anything interesting like that that has a pattern on it. So this probably dates back to the college for sure. I just don't know what it is. So I'm gonna poke around here a little more just because the trash is even interesting. Okay, I'm searching for really deep choppy signals in that little strip of where there's original dirt. And I got a signal that barely came in. It sounded bad, but my sensitivity is only on 60. So it's an old penny and it looks really green. So hopefully it's at least a wheat, but this green, maybe we'll get lucky. Maybe it's an Indian. Well, I can definitely see Lincoln on there, but this soil's really chewing everything up. Here's a wheat penny. I'll see if I can see the date. I think it says 1946 on there. Everything that comes out of here is in bad shape. It's got like concrete stuck to it, which doesn't surprise me. Yeah, I think that's concrete, so that's pretty crazy. But hey, got another old coin out of here. I cranked my sensitivity up to 70 and I really slowed down my swing speed, and I am picking out a few really deep targets in this section. That looks like another wheatie, but it looks like a worn older one. So if I can see the date, I'll let you know. And yeah, all the coins out of here are in terrible shape, but I think that one's 1920. Nice oldie. Would have been from around the college time period. Closed in 1924. Okay, so I had a deep iron signal, but it rang in real tight and it would chirp a little bit each direction. So I just dug a huge hole, and it's down here. It is round. I'm not sure what it is. It's got some iron on it. You can see right there, but it's heavy. There's white there. It looks like there's some lead on it too. It's really strange. I don't know if there's anything on the front. That's a really weird piece with iron and lead on the same one. Jury's out on that one. Hey, you can see where the soil's just a little bit darker right here. I got another deep, deep, deep penny. I'm glad I'm combing this slow. Oh, come on, be an Indian, please. Oh gosh, these coins are so crusty. They're just tore up. It looks like, regardless of whether it's an Indian or a wheat, it looks like an old one. So let me clean that up a little bit. Let's see, I can almost see something here. Probably a wheat, but let me clean it up and we'll see. I'm looking around the edge. You see that running around the edge there? This is an Indian. This ain't no wheat penny. I think that's the feather tips right there. Sweet! An Indian head from the college. I'm happy now. That's history right there. It appears that all the coins are going to have concrete on them. I don't know what they did here, but it's completely stuck to that side, so whatever side is facing up has the concrete on it, on these old coins. But look how beautiful the back is. And I can tell you right now from the design of that on the back, from the strike of it, that's an older Indian too. I mean, that's probably, if I had to guess, 1880s around in there, and that would have been right around the time the college was established. Unfortunately, that concrete stuck to the front. I don't think we're going to get a date on it, but I will try when I'm home to clean it up more. You can see right there, you can't even rub it. It's just crusty. But unbelievable. Beautiful old Indian head. Okay, just in case this is something good, we're going to do this one live. Now, I have dug some modern coins back here, but this is the best one I've had so far, as far as mixture of tone and depth. Just sounds really good. Now, it could be like a clad dime or a copper penny. Could also be a silver dime. And it's right in that section where there's some original soil. That hole definitely be deep enough. It actually should be in the plug. Yeah, it seems like it's in the plug, but there's so much iron and stuff in the ground. It's good to double check. But yeah, it's in the plug here somewhere. Not very deep, so this one may be modern. We're gonna find out in a second though. There it is right there, yeah. That's why it was spiking higher. It's a clad dime. Been down there a while though. Oh, I'm glad I slugged this out. We got silver in the hole. Let's check it out. I'm up close to right about where they did something right here. We're starting to get back into the clay, but you can still see this is pretty rich. I was not expecting this. It was a good signal though. You can see how big my plug was. It's down there a ways. It's a silver quarter. I don't think this is super old. I think it's, I can see where it says dollar on the bottom. I think this is a silver Washington. Let's pop it. Yeah. Sweet. 1941. Awesome. I'm glad I slugged it out. Beautiful. I am really happy with that. Because it's taken a while to find these good ones. I mean, it's been about almost half hour since I had the camera on last. Just combing this area super slow, digging the deep iron, and oh, I'll show you here. Let's see if it's right in here. One of the things I dug, chasing small targets. Like little bullets and stuff like that, stuff that are just really itty bitty targets. But you gotta chase them, the deep iron and signals like that, if you wanna hit the good ones. I got another deep signal, pretty big plug. I thought it was on the plug, but it was like iron bits, so it kind of rakes them off, but seems like it's right in the bottom of the hole here. We'll see if it's something good. Oh, what is that? Oh, it looks like a fragile piece of copper. Yeah, it's definitely copper. Huh. Well, just got an interesting coin spill here. A quarter and a dime. They're not silver, but they're both from 1978. So that leads me to believe that they've been down there since about that time. So pretty cool. Found a good little area here. Pulled another coin out of that same hole, just back a little bit further. 1973. So I'm sticking with that story. Dropped in the late 70s. Alrighty, there goes another old coin, and this one was a good signal. It's a 1944 wheat penny. Sweet. Crazy weather out here. It's the day after Christmas, and it's thundering right now. Yeah, it's not really supposed to rain, slight chance, but looks like it's gonna hold off. I hope so. Okay, as I'm filming here, the wind started picking up, so I turned around on the other side of my hole to try to block it. You can see them right in this dead zone of where they obviously filled something in. And right on the edge of it, though, I was finding a few old things. I got down here, had a nice tone, a good 6 inches down. We're gonna see if we can figure out what it is together. There it is, it's a coin. Unbelievable. Just a memorial that got buried where they did all this work. It is high relief though, so it's probably from the 1960s. You probably can't see it on there, but it's 1961. And I gotta look around here a minute. I actually think I just heard a bald eagle. I can't find him though. These little towns I'm in today are amazing. It's just everything's just frozen in time and all these abandoned storefronts. Let's check out what this says. I'm not sure if this is on private property. I'm on the side of the road, so I'm not going to get out of my car. Lumber Company, 1949. Crazy. Check out this place over here. Old Coke sign. Village Shop Fabrics. Looks like it's been closed down for quite a while. Alrighty, so I just ran into the Dollar General to get some munchies. I'm on my way to my next location. It's going to be dark here in about an hour and a half, so I'm going to head back out and get a little more digging in. Well, I'm glad I didn't make this my first stop. This landscape's completely destroyed. They completely reworked all this ground for the school. You can see that school looks almost brand spanking new, but it's built right on top of an old one. But there is some grass in the front, so I'm going to give it a shot, but this is a train wreck down here. Oh my gosh, the wind is crazy up here. I'm just in this little wing of the school up front. And man, this place has been heavily worked. I did find one penny from 1961 in that island up there, but it's mostly all clay and rocks. Down here, try to get the camera in the hole to stop the wind noise. Got a deep target. It's a big piece of old play money. Big play coin. So there's a couple targets down here that didn't get buried too much, but there ain't much here. That's pretty old though. I'll look around another 5 or 10 minutes. And this is when you know they push tons of clay around. About 4 inches down there in heavy packed clay, and it's a clad quarter. But yeah, you can see how new that brick is. Man, they really expanded this school. Probably over the last 5 years, a lot of it seems new. But other than that one 1961 penny and that piece of old play money, I think that's the only old stuff we're going to get out of this place. So it's time to jump right into the wrap-up. I'm not going to waste any time. This is all the good finds, obviously minus a big pouch full of trash, but some really interesting stuff came up today. So anyway, here's that big piece of aluminum. I don't know what this is, so you'll have to comment if you have any idea. It's almost hard to tell if those are a pattern or if they're just incidental marks, but that almost looks like a moon. It's kind of really weird. I have no idea what that's from, but anyway, it's a big hunk of aluminum. Down to the modern change. I tried so hard to find a nickel today of any kind. I couldn't even find a modern nickel. It was weird. And I was digging all them tones too. But anyway, $4.18 in modern change. Did a lot of digging on the clad today. Here's that smashed penny. There's no detail on it, so I won't really be able to tell if it's a wheat penny or not. But that's pretty cool, you know, smashed by the railroad tracks. And since I mentioned that, I'm going to go right to this. This is that piece of iron I found with the lead in it. And you can see now that I cleaned it up, see the number 4 there. This is definitely an old lead seal. So I'm not sure if this had something to do with the railroad. I can't remember exactly what these lead seals were for. But somebody had told me in the past I found one. So that's pretty interesting. I'm pretty sure that has some significance to the old railroad. So that would potentially kind of go along with this find here. So that's a really cool piece. If you have any information on that, I'd love to know why it has the iron casing on it and what the exact use for these was. Definitely interested in researching that. I found this really odd piece. Now that it's cleaned up, it looks crazy. I have absolutely no idea what this is. A lot of mystery items today. Really strange. Absolutely no idea on this one. Really cool looking though. Down to some of the better stuff at that last location I hunted, other than about $1 worth of this change. This was the only good find. I've actually never found a play coin this big before. This is the 25-cent denominations. I've only found like the 5 and 1 cent ones before, and I think the 10-cent ones. So this must be the biggest one of the series, but most of the play money like this dates to around the 1950s. So this is one of the last things from the older school that was there that survived the massive renovations. So hey, I was happy to find that. Something neat anyway. And then down to the better coins that were found at the old at the school and the old college. Unfortunately, the Indian head penny, there's no way I'm going to get a date on it. There's too much. There's a blob of concrete right where the date's supposed to be, so that's unfortunate because the back's really nice on it. I did get one other coin that dates back to the time period of the college, and that's a 1920 wheat penny. You can see all these coins are just annihilated. This one's hard to tell, but it's 193 something, so that's from the 1930s. Got a 1944 wheat penny, which is the best looking penny, and a 1946 wheat penny with the same concrete on it as the Indian, it looks like. Just nasty. And the back's not too bad though. And then this beautiful silver quarter. I was so happy to pull this to get 1 silver for the day. Definitely wasn't expecting that when I dug it up. But we'll definitely take that. So there you go, guys. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. As always, take care and happy swinging.